Hi guys, welcome back to Vedic Astrology. Today we are going to be talking about the October monthly reading. And in this video we are going to talk about some of the key dates which will be, depicting the transits of the planets into your respective signs and houses. And based on that we are going to analyze as to what sort of an impact you are going to see through the course of this month. So without further ado, let's quickly jump into the key dates that are going to come into play. Now, guys, as you can see on your screen here, Sun is going to be in the sign of Virgo until October 16th. And from October 17th onwards, it is going to be coming into its sign of debilitation in Libra. Mercury is already in the sign of Libra from October 2nd onwards, and it will move into the sign of Scorpio from October 24th onwards. So it's going to see, a dual shift in this month. Then you have Venus, which is sitting in the sign of Leo until October 8th. And then from October 9th onwards, it will also move into its sign of debilitation in the sign of Virgo. Mars is in Libra until October 26th. And from October 27th onwards, Mars will be moving into its own sign of Scorpio. So that's a great movement which is coming into play for you guys. Then you have Jupiter in the sign of Gemini until October 17th. And then comes the big change where Jupiter moves into its sign of exaltation from October 18th onwards. So you see, Sun is coming into its debilitation, Venus is coming into its debilitation, Mars, on the other hand, is coming to its own sign whilst Jupiter is coming into exaltation. So, pretty important movements as we can see through the course of this month, with Saturn continuing in the sign of Pisces. But it's important to know that in its retrograde motion, it is now going to be moving into the Purv Bhadrapada Nakshatra in the sign of Pisces itself. Then you have Rahu in Purv Bhadrapada Nakshatra. Again, both Rahu and Saturn happen to be in the same nakshatra. It is ruled by Jupiter. And this is going to be interesting because Saturn's retrograde movement is bringing it much closer to Rahu at this point in time through the course of this month, whilst Ketu continues in its Purva Falguni Nakshatra, that of Venus itself in the sign of Leo. He is currently placed in 12th. Now, yes, from 12th house perspective, being the Lord of 6th, it is forming a Viparit Raj Yoga. But Mars' presence is 12th to itself as well. And that denotes that during this period, all the way up till 25th, 26th of October, it could result into some bit of a loss, some bit of challenge that could be coming your way that you would have to fight, hard to overcome. Being your Lagna Lord, it denotes your income, it denotes your wealth, it denotes your money, it denotes your savings, it denotes your mental state, it denotes your body, which means exertion of some sort coming into picture. So there is a definitive indication that when the Lagna Lord is in the 12th house, there are certain kind of losses to any of these aspects that could impact you. But at the same time, he is the 6th Lord, and 6th Lord is forming Viparit Raj Yoga. It's a decent Raj Yoga, but not a great one because of your Lagna Lord getting 12th position. And thereby you will see that there are going to be definitive turbulences, Scorpios, that you could be facing since Mars had moved into this position, and he will continue in this spot all the way till 26th of October. Now he is conjunct with Mercury, which we will talk about that in a bit. But Mars from here is giving an exalted aspect towards your third house. So whilst all this losses, this kind of challenges are coming your way, there is a exalted aspect towards your third, which means you are going to put extraordinary amount of effort, courage, willpower, strength to overcome these kind of problems, obstacles as well. He is still staring into his own sign, own house, 6th house, which means you will also have the ability that in all this commotion, in all the meltdown, you will be putting a head-on, headstrong approach to counter the problems, to overcome the challenges that you are facing, which means there could be turbulences with respect to your relationships, both personal as he's sitting in conjunction with Mercury. Mercury is your eighth lord and your 11th lord, and he's sitting in the 12th. Now, eighth lord is also forming a Viparit Raj Yoga coming into your 12th house itself, but there is a certain degree of suddenness, certain degree of transformation, certain degree of unexpected turbulence coming in your life with respect to losses. And that is the problem that I anticipate. Plus, your gains are also going into the house of losses. So that's a difficult thing, which means that there could be a definitive loss of gains, and it could be very sudden by nature as well. That could transpire for you, Scorpios. So you will have to, and I'm calling this out both from a Lagna as well as moon sign perspective. So you will have to be watchful on that front, that where those anticipated losses are coming, it will be hard for you to negotiate them easily. See, Jupiter is also giving an an aspect towards the 12th house. Rahu is also giving an aspect. So that trine of expenses of moksha trine is like amplifying for you folks through the course of this period, and you will find respite from it. Fear not, but at least till the first half of the month, till 18th, 19th of October, things are looking very challenging in terms of expenses for you, in terms of losses for you. Ask me about it. Okay. And you see, that is the reason I'm delayed with my videos as well, facing a lot of turbulences, juggling multiple balls, and still trying to hold the nerve here, because that is what is anticipated. That is what is expected with that Saturn. We'll talk about that too in a bit. But you see, the Lord of Gains, 11th Lord, is also going into losses. So it means that the possibility of you fructifying some benefits, some positives are high when you are dealing with an import export situation with foreign people, with people outside of your network, outside of your comfort zone. You will have to figure out mechanisms to find your gains through those sources. That can only be the area of solutions for you. Both of these planets sitting in the 12th house are giving an aspect towards the 6th. So there is that bit of countering your challenges, overcoming your obstacles at your career, work, job, profession front. But because it is a Viparit Raj Yoga, you will have to face the turbulence first, the loss first before you overcome. So fear not in this, situation of adversity, because you will be able to come out of it as well. Now, when I move further, then we see that Rahu is placed in your fourth house and Ketu is bank opposite to it. Ketu in the first week, first 7-8 days is in conjunction with Venus. Venus happens to be your seventh lord and your 12th lord. So, lot of expenses coming into the 10th in the house, 11 places away from itself to show certain gains. But because he's sitting with Ketu, I definitely see some disturbances coming in with respect to your marriage, your marital partnership, with your spouse, with your business partnerships, some challenges coming in there, and then that loss of lot of expenses and losses coming and sitting with Ketu in the 10th as well. So difficulties in terms of your career, in terms of your karma, in terms of losses are definitely signified there all the way till the first 8 days of the month. The good bit starts to happen post that. Now, Venus, when it transits into your 11th house, albeit he is coming into its sign of debilitation, the first thing you'll have to notice is that it will be in a Parivartan Yoga with Mercury. So, the negative aspects of what was coming in with that Mercury's movement into the 11th house will come into a restriction, number one. Number two is that your 12th lord is going 12 places away from itself, albeit into a debilitation, but Bhavarth Bhavan come into picture and it is coming into the house of gains. And now you will see that somehow you will start materializing some sort of success, albeit it will be lesser in what you desire, but still some sort of a success will start coming in your way, in your business pursuits, in your marital relationship, in your relationship with the market in general, as well as through foreign connections. More importantly, Venus is giving an exalted aspect towards your fifth house. So your creativity will be at its zilt. Your investment strategies, your connection with your children, your education, your ability to learn new things is going to expand during this period. You are going to grasp a lot of different things that you are going to use in the long term. So make full use of that bit as well, because this is a positive shift that is coming into picture. Once Venus is coming into your 11th house, he will be in conjunction with your 10th lord, Sun, who is already sitting in the 11th. Apart, outside of all the turbulences that you are seeing in your work, career, profession, your inner motivation, your sole purpose, your drive will be towards wish fulfillment, towards your gains, objectives. And you will see that your network would also be trying to help you, support you in some shape or form. The friend connections that you will have, they will also be working in a direction to support you. So you cannot be dropping the ball. Positivity will increase with Sun and Venus's collaboration into, see, the 10th from 10th is your 7th. So 7th and the 10th lord forming a conjunction in 11th is a positive sign that will at least come into the picture in the second week of October onwards. Thereby post that, Sun will be making a transit around 16th, 17th of October into its sign of debilitation, house of debilitation. Now your 10th lord, Leo sign, is moving 3 places away from itself into the sign of debilitation, is definitely calling out a difficult situation to be in. But the moment it moves, it becomes conjunct with Mars, whose Rashi, and he's your Lagna Lord as well, Sun becomes exalted. Thereby, you are getting a natural Nijbang coming into that placement all the way till 27th of October. So you see how things are panning out? Once Venus does a transition, you are finding certain positive gains. Then Sun moves into debilitation, but sees a Nijbang, so positivity continues there as well. And Sun sitting in its sign of debilitation will be giving an exalted aspect towards your 6th house. So this is going to be a period which will trigger some sort of gains in your life, some sort of new job opportunities, you overcoming your obstacles, your challenges, finding new business avenues, finding success in some sort of your business avenues. All those things will start materializing for you during this period itself. So the second half of October, and we are yet to talk about the important aspect of Jupiter, so we'll touch upon that as well. But now you will start seeing that from second week of October, there will be an upwards shift coming out of all that negativity that we discussed in the month of September, thanks to all the two eclipses that were impacting. And my motivation was also down whilst talking about those videos. But you see that from second week of October, that shift is something that you will start noticing in your life. Around 8th, 9th of October, 10th of October specifically. And then it will translate into much more positive situations as you move into the second half of the month, where you have to remain persistent. By the time we reach into the last leg, you will see how that is transpiring, because in the last part of the month, you will see that your Mercury on 24th of October will be coming into your Lagna. And on 27th of October, Mars, which is your Lagna Lord, will also be in your Lagna. So there will be a sudden shift in your confidence, in your self-belief, in your gains that will also materialize for you, because you are going to find your 11th Lord is coming into Lagna and your 6th and 8th Lord are conjunct in your Lagna. So it's a difficult yet Raj Yoga kind of a situation, because it could be a positive shift with people who are looking forward to get some kind of relief from loans, litigations, job, new job opportunities, new sudden gains coming into your life. And gains are definitely indicated because 8th and 11th Lord is the money fronts for you coming into your first house. It is further amplified with the aspect of exalted Jupiter, which we'll touch upon in a bit. Now, as you move further, you see Rahu is in your 4th house. Now, this Rahu has been causing some degree of turbulence, and it is also going to continue to make you ambitious, desiring, goal oriented. So there will be a lot of clout in your judgment, in your thought process as well, that might come into this period. But at the same time, you will be ambitious, you will be goal oriented, and somewhere fine tuning that thought process. And that is my learning. And I was just trying to reflect this, from what happened 18 years back when Rahu was in the same placement, Scorpios. You have to figure out that how do you fine tune that imagination of reaching the pinnacle versus the efforts that are required in that direction. That roadmap, that clarity of judgment is what you will have to learn through the course of this period. Rahu is giving an aspect towards the 12th house as well. And we've talked about the multi-planetary positions into the 12th, along with the trine aspect of Jupiter. So yes, expenses, losses, expenditures are definitely on the rise. A lot of spiritual enlightenment is also on the rise for you guys, Scorpio. So continue working in that direction. Now comes the interesting bit of Saturn. He's the third lord, 3 places away from itself, but in retrogression, giving a 4th house impact as well to a certain degree. He expects you to take a halt. He expects you to take a pause and revisit what you've learned, revisit, analyze what has gone by, so that you can weigh on your decision making, you can weigh on your thought process, you can weigh on your judgment, you can weigh on the efforts and the direction in which you've been making those efforts. That is number one clarity that you would have to see with this. Now, Saturn sitting in retrograde here is impacting your 7th house in a retrograde mode, which means that legal troubles, mismatch with respect to your business partners or your spouse in your relationships is anticipated. Challenges revisiting in terms of your 11th house gains and your second house. So this Saturn is impacting all those boxes, and to a certain extent, at least from a savings perspective, Jupiter is trying to give a safeguard. But better situation will arise from 18th of October when your second and your fifth lord Jupiter comes out of that eighth house. It is unexpected, unanticipated, not a regular movement, because Jupiter is in Atichari movement. That is the reason he is moving into the ninth house, into its sign of exaltation, much earlier than anticipated. But it is going to be like a movie trailer of what you can anticipate next year in 2026. Good times are to follow Scorpios. A lot of you guys keep on writing that, Scorpios and Capricorns never get good times. Good times are there to follow, but you will get some trailer of that. Jupiter will come into exaltation, and from there he'll be giving an aspect towards your Lagna, a debilitated aspect towards your third house, and aspect towards your fifth house as well, where he'll start keeping that retrograde Saturn in check. Now, the first and the foremost thing you have to remember, whilst Jupiter will be moving just 1 or 2 degrees into its sign of exaltation, you will at least get a sense of how the luck can start favoring you. The presence of Jupiter in the ninth house, it's like its natural placement in the ninth house itself. And here in your case, Scorpios, it is getting exalted. So you will find a definitive support of luck, benediction from the superiors, God's blessings literally falling upon you during this point in time. From 18th of October till about 5th or 6th of December, if I remember the dates correctly, roughly 45-day period is a window that will be an opportune window for you to make a comeback of sorts in whatever goals, targets, ambitions you guys have been chasing. To make matters interesting, as I said, Mars and Mercury are also in Lagna. Yes, Mercury will become Patik. It will fall into the 12th house again. That and 12th house Mercury is anyways, it's like its natural house of debilitation. So it's not a great position for your Mercury also to be in right now, but things will sort out from last week of October till mid of November for sure. A definitive positive period for you folks there. And Scorpios, you have to make full use of that opportunity. There could be a diminishing impact of your hard work, because now you will suddenly see that luck, like things are which have been stuck, you've been putting in double, triple effort to make things happen, will start seeing some degree of momentum by itself. You will see some positivity coming into your life. And then your creativity will be on the rise. Your romantic pursuits, your relationships that have been seeing some sort of turbulation, your relationship with your children that has been some sort of decline, will see a positive uptick. See, from a stock market, trading, etc. perspective, you have already, or you should have already seen positive upticks coming your way, Scorpios. It is only going to be on the rise before Jupiter becomes retrograde and creates some degrees of problem. So you have to be watchful on that front. But all in all, I think as the month keeps on progressing, week over week, you will see that positivity align in you, and you will see that the things that were not working out for you, they are taking some shape or form. Just do not drop your guard. Do not take things for granted, irrespective of your natal dasha